So Tana legit yelled at me in the comments of my last horror education video to do Jennifer's body. So I'm gonna do Jennifer's body because I hate when people yell at me. So if you want me to do anything, just yell at me. Actually don't. Hey there, creepy peeps. My name is Nightmare Maven. Welcome back to my channel. Horror Education is a series on this channel where I discuss horror movies or topics within the genre that are related to or represent the LGBTQ+ community. I'm doing this partly for me. I finally publicly came out of the closet like 2 years ago. And I do this because representation matters. Because I would have, one, realized I was gay, and two, come out of the closet a lot sooner had representation been better when I was growing up. So, written by Diablo Cody and directed by Karen Kusama, Jennifer's Body follows besties Jennifer and Needy. Jennifer is killed by an indie band looking to sacrifice a virgin in order to gain fame and success. Jennifer ends up coming back as a succubus who eats boys to survive. Needy helps Jennifer at first until she realizes what's going on, and then she has to put an end to her best friend. This movie is touted as a gay awakening by so many fans. I am no exception. And even though this film actually isn't super duper explicit in its gayness, it is kind of just text in its exploration of feminine sexuality and gender. The reason why Jennifer's Body as a film succeeds so much, I think, is its rejection of heteronormativity. Here we have a film made by women, starring women, with a story taking place during a time that is rife with toxic heterosexuality, aka high school, that relegates the male characters mostly to the background and to being victims. The movie so cleverly subverts the misogynistic tropes that are still present in the horror genre. While Jennifer technically is punished and made into a monster for being sexually active, i.e. she wasn't a virgin when the indie band sacrificed her thinking she was a virgin, Jennifer uses her sexuality as a source of power. It's a weapon, but not a weapon to manipulate men and get them to do what she wants. It's a weapon simply used to devour boys, and that's it. And that alone would have made the movie a hit, in my opinion. Granted, I think pretty much everybody knows in the horror genre that the marketing did this movie so dirty. Just a little side note, I feel like that fact about like the marketing being so terrible and just ruining Jennifer's Body when it came out in theaters is like the horror fan fact equivalent of like Lord of the Rings fan during Two Towers when Aragorn kicks the helmet. Anyways though, like I said, as we all know, the marketing did this movie so dirty and painted it as this like kind of sexy teen, which putting those together is just disgusting, but is very indicative of the male gaze. That's what the marketing sold this movie as, and the movie couldn't have been more different from that. So obviously in the theaters, it kind of flopped hard and has since gained a cult following. This is horror education after all, so we do have to talk about the gayness in Jennifer's Body. And even though it isn't maybe the most explicit, it's pretty fucking gay. Deep down, this movie is just a love story between Jennifer and Needy. When the movie opens, we're hearing Needy's voiceover telling us the story in retrospect. Needy is introducing us to the important people in her life. Chip is shown rather briefly, but Jennifer gets a slow-mo zoom-in shot of her affectionately waving at Needy, who is looking back adoringly, while her voiceover is telling us her classmates even can't believe that somebody as hot as Jennifer would ever be friends with someone like Needy. Cut to, in that same exact scene, a classmate accusing Jennifer and Needy of being lesbi gay for each other. Diablo Cody has even said she has always thought of Needy as being genuinely in love with Jennifer. I mean, the way Needy drops everything, including spending time with her boyfriend Chip to go hang out with Jennifer. And side note, the way Jennifer is totally jealous of Chip and vice versa. Also the way Needy looks at Jennifer. Like at the show in the bar at the beginning of the movie, I don't look at my best friend like that. I can tell you that right the fuck now. I just have to say that scene, as sweet as it is when Needy looks over at Jennifer just having so much fun and the smile on her face, to have that taken away in that same exact scene when Needy realizes she's making eyes at the lead singer and the lead singer is making eyes back at Jennifer. Needy's smile drops, she lets go of Jennifer's hand, and there is so much longing and just kind of hurt in that, and I'm like, ah, it's so gay. Not to mention throughout the movie, Jennifer does make frequent comments about lesbianism. She does use this as kind of a threat throughout the movie, of mentioning to Needy, like, you're gonna make people think you're gay for me because you're getting on my case so much. And other quips like calling Needy butch for attacking her with a box cutter at the end of the movie. And as I mentioned earlier, Jennifer is totally jealous of Chip and vice versa. Like, they both know. Chip accuses Needy of being in a codependent relationship with Jennifer and accuses Jennifer of always kidnapping his girlfriend. And he kind of does have to worry, because during their first time moment that Chip and Needy have been planning for in the movie, we hear them talk about it several times. When it finally happens, Needy's thoughts are not in that room. They're with Jennifer the whole time, and Chip is kind of hilariously oblivious to this fact. All of these things that I've mentioned are important build-up to the famous kiss scene. I did mention it in my horror movies that made me video. It is definitely one of, if not the first time I had ever seen a like WLW scene on TV, movies, whatever, and I didn't feel weird about it because this wasn't filmed in the male gaze, and I realized that later on. But then the marketing for this scene even made it seem like it was something simply to titillate a straight male audience. But all of the little nuances of Jennifer and Needy's relationship that I just discussed make this kiss so important. In the scene, Jennifer kisses Needy in order to placate her because she knows it'll work. Jennifer is totally aware, at least, of Needy's attraction to her, and she uses it, saying, quote, "Let's play boyfriend-girlfriend like we used to." For me, it was like an acknowledgement that Needy and Jennifer had maybe innocently explored their feelings for each other in the form of a childish game. Something I totally did as a kid who didn't fucking realize she was gay. But anyways, back to the kiss. Needy is hesitant at first, but then gives in to what she actually wants, which is Jennifer. Notice in this scene, she's completely there in the scene. She's not distracted. Because up until this point in the movie, we've seen how close Jennifer and Needy are, this kiss ends up reading as sincere. The male gaze could never. I also do want to point out when Needy like comes to, she's shocked by her own actions. Like her own boldness. She doesn't accuse Jennifer of anything or hurl homophobic slurs at her for this. It's like she immediately launches into interrogating Jennifer about other things. It's a small detail, but it's important because I think it shows Needy's comfortability with Jennifer in this way. I'm not necessarily saying like maybe the filmmakers are suggesting that they've kissed before, but maybe playing boyfriend and girlfriend, maybe. And in the end of the movie, Needy escapes prison and avenges Jennifer, even though she had to kill Jennifer first, and Jennifer did kill her boyfriend. And if that isn't true love, I don't know what is. I love this movie with my whole heart. That's why it's even like faced out right here directly behind me. It is truly one of a kind of a movie, I think. As I said at the beginning of the movie, it's not explicitly gay maybe. I definitely did a lot of reaching in this video. It's like kind of my thing. You should watch Does This Offend You sometime. I feel like to a lot of queer kids out there, this movie is incredibly gay and makes a lot of us feel seen. Glad it's finally found its audience, and it's still growing too. The cult following is still growing for this movie, and I love that. So just like Tana did in the comments of my last video, if you want to yell at me to cover a certain movie, book, TV show, the latter two just might take me longer to make a video on. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up. It really does help me out, and it lets me know what types of videos you guys like to see. Subscribe if you're new here, become a creepy peep today, and I'll see you very soon with a new video. Until then, stay strange. Bye.